Guys, welcome back to another video. Here's my official walkthrough for the Blackberry Z10 on T-Mobile. First couple of videos I put up, didn't really go into any kind of detail about the device, but this time I'm going to slow it down, actually give you a close-up of the device and show you some of the features on it. So let's start with the exterior of the device. It has a 4.2-inch display with a PPI of about 355 or 356, which is really high. 1.3 megapixel camera, I believe, or 1.2, somewhere around there. It's got some sensors here, and you've got a speaker grill there for when you're listening to calls. A microphone right down here under the Blackberry logo. On the bottom, you have a loudspeaker. On the top, you have a power button, a noise cancellation mic, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On this side, you have a HDMI port, which is fantastic, and your micro USB charging and sync cable. On this side, you have a dedicated button where you can program the volume up and down rockers. On the back, you have this great texture on the back cover that just feels fantastic. If you have a BlackBerry Playbook, you know how it feels, but this has a little bit more rubbery grip to it, seems. You have that 8 megapixel camera on the back. So let's pop it open here on the back so I can show you the inners. You've got SD card slot, which you can see it takes up to a 64 gigs, I should say. Got a lot of stuff on there, still lots of room left. And then you've got your SIM card slot there, and this is a 1800 milliamp battery. So let's pop this back together here and get going. So to power on the device, you can press the power button, or you can just slide your finger up from the bottom bezel and it'll take you into your desktop. There's some great features on the device for checking. Like if you're in something, let's just open up the web browser here and I feel the phone vibrate, or I see that a message come in. If you just want to peek and see who it is, you just make a swooping up and to the right and it'll let you peek into the items like that. Just do like that. And there you go. And if you just want to close out of that or put it into standby, you just swipe up. So let's get into some of the applications for the way it comes. So one application that I noticed on here that I just fell in love with immediately is the weather application. This application really is a nice application. As you saw how fast it loaded there, I should fail to mention that it has a 1.5 gigahertz Crate dual core processor, and it is a Snapdragon, and it runs really well. No crashing here, no nothing. So their weather application is actually really nice, man. I mean, it is just, it looks great. I mean, viewing angles on the device are very nice, as you can see. But this is their weather application. I think they did a good job on that. That's an application that I really like. I like having my desktop and standby items right here in my face. So if I want to go to them, I can just press them. And I like having the applications over here. I like having the hub. I can get to the hub from anywhere. So another application that I actually was kind of surprised that it was on Blackberry World. I mean, not knocking Blackberry World. They only have 120,000 applications right now. They're still missing a few of them, but you know, you can use the web browser for things that you can't get in the App Store. But it's the WordPress application. I run my blog from here. Guys, if you're not following me on my blog, let me throw this out there real quick. Go ahead and head over to the technologytitan.wordpress.com. The technologytitan.wordpress.com, and you can follow all these videos, and you can actually talk to me directly on there because it comes to my phone when I get a message. Shout out to all those loyal followers that are already following me on my blog. I appreciate you. Gene88, I know who you are. Mystique, shout you out, guys. And several other people that are in the UK that actually follow my blog. This is kind of a surprise. But I appreciate you guys. So head over to my blog if you haven't done so. But WordPress is an application where you can run your blog from. And I think that's a very nice application to have in the app world for BlackBerry. I will test out the maps, but not in this video, because I was at my office and I thought, wow, I didn't know it had turn-by-turn navigation. It appears that it does have turn-by-turn navigation, and that's something unique. I think that's nice. On this screen, it looks fantastic as well. That was an application, the weather, that I really like. the WordPress, and I just threw some other things on here. But one other application that's in the market, I shouldn't say the market, in BlackBerry world, is this application right here, Battery Lover. So if you don't have Battery Lover, as you can see, it's showing me now this is just a free version, and this suits me just fine. I don't need to have the pro version, all the other stuff that comes along with it. I just need to know my battery life, and it does a good job at that. It tells you what your battery life is right here on your desktop, which is really nice. The web browser on the Blackberry Z10 is pretty impressive. For that guy who was cracking jokes on me saying the word impressive in my iPhone 5 video, it's a nice compliment to give someone. It's a very nice web browser. So let's do some web browsing here, and you can kind of get a feel of what it would be like. And this is on T-Mobile's 4G. I think I'm connected to 4G. Yeah, I'm on 4G, and it is 4G LTE. It'll be saying LTE there shortly. So here is the web browser, and let's just go into some things. You can kind of see how the web browser does. It does have Flash. We can turn it on and off. So let's go to YouTube, and let's go to a full YouTube site. I'll go to the desktop version, and the videos, oh my gosh, it plays. So here's the mobile version. Let's go to the desktop version, and it's just gonna load up these videos very nicely. It does a great job. Let's play one of the videos. You'll see the Flash information you see it's coming up there. So we're gonna play this right here. Still loading a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and play it, and it'll play right here in the browser. It doesn't launch any kind of special application, nothing. Speaker is really loud on this device too. Alright, it buffered a little bit, so let's play it.
Welcome to another video, guys. As you can
There
see,
it is, playing right here in the browser.
Blackberry Z10. I've been waiting on this device. I should say I've been waiting to get this device because I've obviously had plenty of opportunities to get it.
So you can see,
but it wasn't something
it does play right in the browser.
I wanted to make sure that I hadn't had too many bad things about it, but or anything like that.
Some advice I need from another BlackBerry user. If I put this in full screen mode, I haven't been able to figure out how to get it out of full screen mode. Like, here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna put it in full screen mode, and I haven't been able to figure out how to get it out. So I don't know if it's because I just have big hands or what, but oh, you know what? I figured it out right there. It says drag down from the top. Man, hey, learn right as I go on to show you guys something. So I never could figure that out. I was just kind of hitting it, and I just never noticed that message. But to get out of full screen mode, you just drag down on the top, and it takes you out. Pretty amazing. I learned. You guys taught me without even teaching me. So be it. So that is the web browser with Flash content, which is just great. Plays right in it, and it took a little bit of time to buffer because I'm on T-Mobile's 4G network, and up here in the computer room I don't have very good service at all, but it's enough 4G there to surf the net and do what I need to do. So I'm just kind of randomly surfing the net here. You can see the new BlackBerry Q5. That's going to be a very affordable device, guys. It has a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor, but it's going to be really affordable, and it's going to run 10.1, and I think that's going to be really exciting. So I think you might want to take note of that. If you want the keyboard and you don't want to get the Q10, you can get the Q5, and I think you might be impressed. Might see me doing an unboxing, who knows. But that's the web browser. I've been really impressed with the web browser. It's just fantastic. I love the calendar application on here because it has all my contacts, and it has all my appointments, everything. That's the one thing about having a BlackBerry. No operating system can deal with email and enterprise like BlackBerry. That hasn't changed, even though they don't have the market share they used to have and things like that. But end users don't care about the market share. It's only us techies who keep thinking about that. So the calendar, it syncs all of my appointments. It just does a really, really, really nice job. It's a really nice feature. And you can see you can create folders on here, and you can name them. I named this one social. So in order to create a folder, you just drag something into another. So let's drag this. You hold down, we know that gesture, and you hold down and you just put it on top, and it goes in, and then you label it. This keyboard, you can see the autocorrect thing was down there at the bottom, but I didn't notice it. So you can see how the keyboard looks. It's really nice. You can use a little swipe gestures, but I don't do that. So I created a folder called T-Mobile, and one thing about this folder that it does that I love, that the iPhone 5 or iOS period does not do, is when I click on something, it closes the folder behind me. I don't have to worry about, when I go back, the folder's closed. How simple is that? Why is that so hard for them to figure out? But hey, who knows? Maybe it's a programming thing. I don't know. Not knocking iOS. I already gave my thoughts on the iOS. If you haven't listened to me talk about iOS, go over to my iOS 7 update video, and you'll see how I feel about iOS. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just my thoughts. But that's something that I really like about this device. When I click in a folder, I open something in the folder, it closes the folder. I don't have to worry about it being open after I get out of it. So I don't want to stay too much into, let me see if I can go into my media. Let's give them a step off real quick. Let's see, I don't want to give away too much information about people. Alright, so when I first put the media card in, my 64 gig card, it gave me that message. It said media card problem, and basically what it wanted me to do was to update or format my card. And it wasn't a big deal because I had tons of all the information. I have it backed up. But I love this media hub. Oh man, it just really is nice. It's really nice. So guys, I don't want to take too much time. I spent a lot of time on this right now. I will demo the HDMI port. So thank you for joining me in another video on the Blackberry Z10. I have so many phones that it's a shame I had to think of the name. The Blackberry Z10. I have been using this every day. So first, let me jump, before I close out, let me just tell you the one thing I don't like, and you already know what it's going to be: the battery. Now, the battery drains pretty quickly when you're using it. Standby mode is great. But when you're using it, it really, and I do a lot of streaming. Again, I use between 10 and 20 gigs a month. So I do a lot of streaming with videos, podcasts, audio, just music, everything. I do a lot of streaming. So I use a lot of data every month. So the battery life for me is never gonna match the Galaxy Note 2 on any other phone that I use, except if I go ahead and pick up the Huawei Ascend Mate. You guys want to see a video on that? Let me know in the comments. I might pick up the Huawei Ascend Mate. It's only $500 right now, which is a really good price. You have to import it, but still, in any event, it's a great price for that device. And I would love to have a 4G tablet, because I can't consider that a phone. A 6.1-inch screen just can't be considered a phone. That's just not realistic. And even the Galaxy Note 3 comes out at 5.9, I believe. That's still a little big too. But hey, I got some news on the Galaxy Note 3, but I won't release it yet. I have to save it. I swore to secrecy. But in any event, if you guys want to see a video on the Huawei Ascend Mate, let me know in the comments. Also, this was just a quick walkthrough of the Blackberry Z10. My thoughts on it. So far, this device gets a 9.9. Go figure. This is a great device. I guess this isn't a walkthrough. I guess this is my review. But this device, very satisfying. Love the pixel density on the screen, love the web browsing. The camera is just amazing. So BlackBerry fans, Blackberry Z10 fans, go ahead and stand up. BlackBerry Q10 fans, you'll be standing up shortly. And Q5, same to you. Love all the operating systems, guys. I have lots of devices. I love to play with them all. Right now, the Blackberry Z10 is doing really good. I give it a really high marking. The only reason it gets a down mark is because of that battery. I need about a 3,000 milliamp battery with this device. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next video.